Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gavin Wax. I am the president of the New York Young Republican Club, and I am delighted, thank you. That was my Jeb Bush please clap moment, so that's the last of that. I'm delighted to welcome all of you to this club's 107th annual Gala. We have been at this since 1911, and here we are again. And I want to thank you all for coming tonight, despite the rain and the protesters. Usually, though, one washes out the other, but I guess not in this case. To begin tonight's program, I want to welcome a friend of mine up to the stage. His name is Christopher McCall. He's a first lieutenant, former U.S. Army, and veteran of Operation Enduring Freedom, and he's going to be leading tonight's Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
I have to tell you, it's nice to see nobody kneeling out there. So this is wonderful. All right, interactive activity. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you to all the other veterans in the audience tonight. Yes. We're approaching Veterans Day weekend, and the theme of tonight was to honor our veterans, and I'm glad all of our speakers this evening are veterans. Now, I want to pass the stage off to two club members, Ms. Chloe Davis and Mr. Samuel Berg, who has been playing kindly for you this entire reception. He comes all the way from Sweden to play for us. Can you believe it? So they're going to be doing our national anthem. Thank you. Little confusion there, but that was a great performance. Thank you again, Chloe and Sam. Amazing. Now, before I say any more, I want to thank my Board of Governors for all their hard work, dedication, and commitment to not only making this event possible, but for all the great successes this club has enjoyed over the last 7 months of our administration. We tend to forget. Shh. Thank you. Thank you. We tend to forget that all we do is as volunteers. This is not our full-time job, but sometimes it sure feels that way. I want to thank again my board members by name: Brian Dugan, Yulia Lupsi, Oliver Samples, Alexandra Fazzulo, Nathan Berger, Fernando Acosta, Alana Marcus, Michael McBride, Jonathan Dissett, Tyler Grant, Christy DeVita, and officers Jackie Delinsky, Peter Batista, and Vish Burra. And also two former board members in attendance, Aaron Smythe and Liz Slattery. Please stand, guys. Please stand. Your contributions to this club have been immeasurable. Now, I'm very happy to report this evening that the state of the New York Young Republican Club is robust. Since this new administration took over in April, we have seen absolutely tremendous growth in every possible facet of activity. Our successes have been numerous. We have more than doubled our membership in less than a year, and we are now the largest Young Republican Club in the country. Our capital base has increased by more than 33% under the stewardship of Treasurer Peter Batista. Peter. Our average attendance at events has pushed north of 200 people, and we have had as many as 400 guests in attendance at some of our speaker series this year. In fact, our reinvigorated speaker series has hosted Ann Coulter, Buck Sexton, Pamela Geller, Jack Posobiec, a few of them in the audience, Mike Cernovich, Raheem Kassam, DeRoy Murdoch, Chadwick Moore, Kat Timphin Moore. We've also secured a partnership with Beretta, adopted a new policy platform, and created a new brand and logo and website to invoke our image across the country. But most importantly, we have successfully deployed our forces, many of you in this room, to support Republican candidates from North Carolina to Staten Island. In fact, our most recent deployment to Staten Island just this past weekend has helped secure a Republican victory. His name is Bob Helbach, and he is now the first Republican civil court judge to represent the North Shore of Staten Island in over 30 years. This would not have been possible without the great work of Staten Island GOP Chairman Brendan Lantry and Staten Island Young Republican Club President Peter Junta, both of whom are here tonight. Thank you guys. Keep up the great work. We love Staten Island. Now, there's little that this club has not been able to accomplish, and I look forward to even more growth and victories in the years to come. But beyond the business side of things, the more important changes have been on the ideological front. This club once gave rise to the political careers of the Eastern establishment of old, from Nelson Rockefeller to Thomas Dewey, John Lindsay, Jacob Javits, and more. They all got their start here. That tradition of liberal republicanism continued until when we took over. In fact, we were told if we embraced President Trump and conservatism and made any sort of waves that the club would suffer and attendance would decline and we would somehow disappear onto the ash heap of history. Wrong. A quick look around this room shows that we bucked that notion, so thank you all for that. I'm very happy to declare that this club will serve as an institution for a conservative, populist, America First agenda in every way we can. Because as the city we all love crumbles around us with crime, homelessness, trash, and an ever-rising cost of living, and respect for police, public safety, and law enforcement continues to collapse, we must stand firm on our beliefs and principles. The old country club Republican mold of politics is dead, and it will do nothing to stem the tide of the globalist, Marxist, and cultural decline creeping through our nation. We are on the front lines right here in New York City, and we must stop leftism that has engulfed this city from sweeping across our entire nation. And if defending Western civilization and Judeo-Christian beliefs and our national sovereignty means we no longer get invited to cocktail parties and get labeled with whatever pejorative is in vogue among the left, then so be it. It's time as Republicans, and more importantly as conservatives, that we stand up and fight for what we believe. And thank God we have a president who understands this and fights for us every single day. Fights for us every day against the devious plots, schemes, and machinations of the deep state and the swamp. Now, this club, we may be just a small part of that fight, but I can't think of three better speakers who serve as fighters for our American values than the ones we are hosting this evening. And I am honored and humbled to have them here with us today. Much more about them, but to conclude, I want to thank you all again for coming. God bless you, God bless the NYPD, God bless our armed forces, and God bless America. Thank you.